people that I think tama na, sobra na, yung pandaraya na nangyari sa 2010 at sa 2013. Okay? We had a black box under the complete control of COMELEC, and we had no access. There was no transparency at all in what the voters really voted for. Diba? Parang ang sinasabi ni Gus, parang nanood kayo ng basketball, bigla na lang nandyan na yung result, ito yung panalo. Pero hindi nyo nakita yung kung paano nag-shoot o na-foul yung mga players, no? Hindi nakita. Kaya ang aming what we are actually proposing is not the manual system per se. Okay? It's only the manual voting and counting. Bakit? Kasi if you look at the whole process of automated election, ano ang or even in the manual election, what takes place and what causes wholesale cheating, yung dagdag bawas? It is not in the voting center in the precinct. It is in the canvassing, the consolidation and canvassing of votes. Doon, wholesale cheating ang pwedeng mangyari because, di ba yung 1,000 nagiging 10,000 dahil nadadagdagan sa consolidation. Pero doon sa presinto, na may mga watchers ang bawat partido, nakikita kung anong resulta ng eleksyon sa bawat presinto. Well, hindi mo maaalis sa very creative Filipinos na talagang may dayaan. Okay? He will take that in consideration. Pero, retail cheating ang meron sa voting. Wholesale cheating ang meron sa consolidation. So what we're saying is that why do we have to spend billions for a machine or machines that you will use only for 1 day? 1 day, pero ang maintenance niyan, 3 years. 3 years ulit bago mo magagamit. Eh kung may kotse kayo na nasa garahe, di ba at least once a week inaandar ninyo? Eh yung mga makina, nakatenga doon sa warehouse na mainit, hot and humid. And most of the parts of the machine are plastic and rubber. Kaya nakita ninyo doon sa 2013, gagamitan pa ng walis para makapasok, di ba? There were many horror stories already for 2013. In 2010, siguro hindi masyado lumabas kasi whatever complaints we would have would be, how would you say, magaling ang kanilang PR. So, yung aming mga sinasabi ay hindi na nakukuha ng press o kundi if ever we have a press call nandun sa ilalim. I want to correct the notion that we are disgruntled bidders. Excuse me. For 2010, we gave a proof of concept kung paano gagawin ang eleksyon because we were saying, voting and counting only takes 1 day. Bakit doon kayo magagastos ng bilyon-bilyon? Dapat dito. And what makes the election fast is not really the voting per se, but the counting. Diba? Yung consolidation of votes, yun ang nagpapabilis. So if you have good transmission lines, like in 2013, I think 23% was not transmitted. So dati, yung ballot box snatching, ngayon napakadali, SCF card lang, nasa bulsa, pwede mong ibalik na di ba? So we're saying that maybe we're not yet mature enough to get that kind of automated election. So we would like the people to watch what is counted and ngayon, adjust yung manual to the development of modern technology. Lahat naman kayo may mga telephone kayo, mga smartphones that you can take a picture. Di ba? Wala na yata yung mga telepono nyo noong 2010, hindi na ninyo ginagamit ngayon. Di ba? So, the development of modern technology is so fast. Who knows, in 2019, after the 2016 elections, baka may mas magandang makina na pwedeng gamitin. Bakit tayo bibili ulit ng lumang makina, lumang technology na nagamit noong 2010 at 2013? Nung tinanong sa Kongreso si Chairman Brillantes, bakit yung gusto ng bago? Because the initial proposal was really for 18 billion budget. 18 billion pesos. Scandalous. Kala mo money grows on trees. Samantala, hindi pa nabibigay na nga yung sa Yolanda victims, no? Anyway, sabi niya, he wanted to propose 120,000 new machines. New. Hindi naman sa kanya ng congressman. Bakit? Hindi mo Okay? I mean, it's a very fancy reason. But what I'm saying is that why do you have to spend 16 billion for the upfront machines? Now, they reduced it to, I think, 10 billion na lang yung kanilang budget. I heard, somebody told me, it looks like they reduced their budget to 10 billion. But 10 billion is 10 billion. For what? For buying new equipment that you will store and spend for the storage. Ang laki-laki ng kanilang budget sa warehouse. Let's say, I think it's 300 million a year. Eh, makakabili ka na ng condo unit na lang doon or or you can buy another office where you can store the machines. Pero hindi, kailangan i-warehouse sa private warehouse. Okay? I mean, it's, how to say, it's a waste of money. Okay? When we can have transparent elections, manual voting, and counting. That's, ang proposal namin, and if you want to listen, sabi niya, bakit hindi sila makiusap sa amin at magbigay ng solusyon? Okay? What we're proposing is to go back to the manual system and, let's say, reduce the count instead of 1,000 people to a precinct, nagka-cluster ng precinct. Tayo sa 200. Tapos, tapusin ninyo yung election ng 3 o'clock para hindi pa madilim. Kasi alam mo, dayaan din dyan is sa pagbibilang magkaka-blackout. Okay, no? Alam na natin yun eh. Master na tayo sa dayaan, di ba?
Kasulti ako dyan.
Okay. So what we're saying is that, you know, you have to think of ways and means na makakatipid, na makakagawa ng magandang solusyon na hindi masyadong maraming taong naagrabyado. Di ba? So if you have elections, even if you start at 7 o'clock, close it at 3, do the counting, and then maybe 6 o'clock tapos na yung counting. What you have to build on is your transmission. Dapat talagang may signal doon sa bawat presinto para madaling masisense. What we're proposing is a hybrid system where you use, let's say, tablet with a SIM card. So pag na, and then, para mas accurate pa, you have the tally sheets na pinatara. Pero hindi na yung taras na gano'n. Gamitin natin sa ibang bansa na tara. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So alam mo, square na taras, no? So alam mo, hindi na pwede nagdadagdag ka ng line. Di ba? And then you project the tally sheet. You have a tally sheet, so you have already a source document that is accurate or that can be used for protest. You project what is being done in the tablet, and then you transmit it. Di ba? Ngayon, the protest case will be easier done because each watcher has a copy. Pwede niyang copy yun. Di ba? So, ang aming solusyon is just to simplify. We are not bidders. We are not bidding for anything. Actually, yung tablet, ang sinasabi namin, hindi nyo na kailangan i-store. I-donate na ninyo sa mga eskwelahan yan para magamit ng mga estudyante. And, you can purchase the tablet hindi sa central office para itatransport pa. Pwede na sa bawat probinsya, yung probinsya direct bibili. And way before election, nagpa-practice na sila kung paano gagamitin. Kasi mura lang naman yung tablet eh. They can, so you have, you just have to think of ways and means to save on cost and to make it efficient so that ang mga taong bayan ay makikita ang resulta. May nagsabi nga sa akin na hindi na kailangan ngayon ang rally o yung mga meeting de avance. Kailangan mo na lang programmer. Wag, ibalik natin ang piyesta sa presinto. And pagalingan, para makita talaga natin ang, ang vote of the people. Hindi tayo, I mean, maybe the sad state of the government is because of the current results of all of our elections. Give the power to the people. Otherwise, alam mo, mas maraming natatalo kaysa sa nananalo. Di ba? At pag nagkagulo, lahat tayo tayo.
Kung may problema tayo, ano ang solusyon? So kayo dapat, meron din kayong idea, ano ang solusyon maganda. Kasi kung laging negative, kasi sabi na po, kanya-kanya tayong paniwala, kung lahat negative, para mawala na tayong pag-aaral.
Living within the law, without amending the law, okay? Kasi, doon sa batas, sinafeguard na ang IT. Okay? Kasi alam mo, garbage in, garbage out. Ganon sa computer, pero mukhang garbage ang pumapasok. So kahit anong ganda ng makina mo, okay, iba ang magiging resulta. Ngayon, ang sinasabi naming solusyon is a hybrid system. Meaning to say, manual yung voting and counting, automated and canvassing. sinasabi namin na 200 voters. You start at 7 o'clock, tapos na ng 3 o'clock. Hanggang 6 o'clock, tapos na yung counting. Okay? Ngayon, yung count ninyo, nakikita ng taong bayan. Lahat ng watchers nakikita ang pagkataras nun. So, ang dapat natutuunan ng pansin ng COMELEC is the transmission. Hindi ka mukha ng dati na 23% of the precinct were not transmitted. Ha? 23%. No, 23%. Okay? Out of what? 82,000? That's big. 1/4 of 82,000 did not transmit. That will change the result. Kaya nga sabi ni Brother Eddie in one of the shows we're interviewing, I was 19 from the start up to the end. Okay? Ngayon, ang sinasabi namin, yun ang dapat tutuunan ng pansin. You spend for the transmission, you spend for the consolidation. By the way, consolidation is already been done by COMELEC when Gus was there. Yung software for that. Okay? And it was the people of COMELEC mismo and people from DOST who crafted the software. Sinulat na nila yon, pero hindi ginamit. That only cost them less than $1 million, siguro 700,000 lang. Versus the one that is used by Smartmatic, which is, I think, I'm not sure, but I'm sure it's more than 1 million. It's about 30 million. Okay? So, ang sinasabi namin, ang solusyon na sinasabi namin is a hybrid wherein you use the manual voting and counting, and then you automate whatever is the count that is given in the precinct. So, all the watchers, what we're saying is make it transparent and credible. So, it's a transparent and credible system. Walang, kung ikaw ay magpoprotesta, kasi ang watcher mo may bilang. Lahat ng watchers mo may bilang. So, madali kayong mag-consolidate at gumawa ng sarili ninyong count. Dapat, kung pareho nung nasa presinto, because your source code, your source data, dapat pare-pareho yan sa presinto. Doon naman tayo nagkakamali kasi kaya sinasabi namin yung hocus pocus, kasi pag pindot mo, wala ka namang voter verifier capability. Hindi mo alam kung yung boto mo ay nabila. Okay?
Congratulations.
Oh, congratulations, you have voted. Okay? So, hindi natin alam, and there was talk for the 2010 election that hindi ba ilan yung nakita sa antipolo ng mga makina. And there was also talk that there were jammers. Okay? Ang ibig sabihin nun, in the transmission, ginajam itong presinto, at iba ang pinapadala. Hindi mo ngayon malaman dahil nasa batas, dapat may digital signature. Pag tinanggal mo yung digital signature, anybody can send a message. Right? Ano pa, ang the one that we are really actually against is that there was no source code review. Anong ibig sabihin ng source code review? Na yung programa ay na-review ng mga partido na walang routine doon or a subroutine that will add votes to, let's say, a candidate and remove votes from another candidate. Automated dagdag bawas. Dapat nakikita kung ano yung programa. At hindi lang na yung programa ay nasa makina, ay nandoon sa central bank, kundi kung ano yung programa na na-store sa central bank is existing in each and every one of the 82,000 PCOS machines. Hindi yun nagawa eh. Hindi naman nila nag-certify na lahat yun. Okay, another paglalabag sa batas, and alam ko sasabihin ni Chairman, neto ka na naman, yan na naman ang mga issues. And sasabihin ko, Chairman, siguro even 100 times, uulit-ulitin ko, kasi hindi naman yung sinasagot yung issue. Okay, iba ang sinasagot, hindi tugma sa issue. Anong sasabihin namin? Yung certification of a foreign, a third-party entity in the law, okay, na tama yung source code, okay, tama. There was, in 2010, in the 2009 evaluation of SLI, the System Lab Report, hindi naman na-certified, kasi ang pag-certified is only certified or not certified. Nung sinertify yun, nakalagay with compensating controls. Anong ibig sabihin ng compensating control? Meaning to say, tama nga ito, pero dapat ito dapat gagawin. Ginawa ba? Wala na. Kasi dapat, bago magamit yung makina, isa-certify ulit yun. And then, also in the law, I just forgot, I think it's section 22 or 32 of the 9369, dapat certified each and every unit. Okay, at dahil nagmamadali tayo para sa 2010, kailan lang na ano yun, na manufacture yung mga makina, isa pa rin paglalabag nila sa terms of reference yun. Dapat, yung mga makina, ang ginamit nila, yung company must be ISO certified. Smartmatic is not ISO certified. They use the certification of Jarltech of Taiwan, a Chinese company, na magmamanufacture ng mga pikot. Pero, nagkaroon tayo ng ondoy, or what was that, malaking storm, na pati ang Taiwan ay nabaha. So, the company, Jarltech, nabaha sila. So, they may excuse sila na hindi pwede sila mag-manufacture ng mga makina, kundi minanufacture yan sa China. Okay? Mainland China, hindi na sa Taiwan. Okay? Understandable, nagkakaroon sila ng excuse sa COMELEC na hindi kaya ng Jarltech. But if you take a look at the bid, kailangan ISO certified. Kung yung company that is ISO certified is removed from the equation, therefore hindi sila nag-comply sa terms of reference ng bid. Right? Nasa bid requirement, so yung digital signature. If you take a look, and you did, you take a look at the bid document, the financial bid na sinabit ng Smartmatic. Pagdating sa digital signature, zero. Meaning to say, wala silang balak na gumamit ng digital signature. Kasi mahal pa noon eh. Ngayon mas mura na and the government has the capability. But we're talking about violations to the 2010, which makes the result of all elections under the Picot machine questionable. Okay? Ngayon, sa 2015, kung yun na naman ang gagamitin, eh mas malaki na ngayon ang possibility na mas magagalit ang
Noong
bayan.
ilibag ang AES law, yun ang solusyon. Very positive yun. Batas. Covenant ang negative dito. Hindi tayo. We have to avoid being preconditioned to the kind of thinking that Russell Dassel Brillantes is using. Ang mga Philippine Computer Society, SENPEG, AES Watch, C3E, Paggulang Demokrasya, Solidarity for Sovereignty, hindi yan ang problema kasi nilalabas lang nila kung ano yung katotohanan. Ang problema, at ito ang dapat sagutin ni Ginoong Brillantes, bakit ayaw i-implement ng COMELEC ang batas? Why does the government, in this case the COMELEC, repeatedly violate the law? Very clear ang batas. The election returns transmitted electronically and digitally signed shall be considered as official election results and shall be used as a basis for the canvassing of votes in the proclamation of the candidate. Anong ginawa ng COMELEC? Hindi implement yun. Bukod, in broad daylight, naglabas siya ng Resolution 8766 on March 4, 2010, instructing the election inspectors nationwide to ignore this vital, urgent, necessary, essential requirement of the AES law. In effect, amending the law, and that is a constitutional violation because the COMELEC cannot legislate. Only Congress can amend its own act. Kung dito, if COMELEC will not do its job, it's even useless to talk about who will succeed who. Because the only recourse should be to abolish the COMELEC. It's not doing its function. However, if we wait for a constitutional amendment to abolish the COMELEC, masyado matagal yan. Baka nagkagulo na. So Congress can exercise its power of the purse by not giving COMELEC a budget. So pag hindi na sila they don't want to implement the job, bakit sila bibigyan ng budget? Simple lang naman eh. Common sense ka lang to. Yung mga binabanggit dito, mga 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, is precisely the enumeration already of the violations of the law. Ang solusyon, dito sa PICOS of election issue at sa marami pang mga cancer, social cancer na namamayagpag ngayon sa buong bansa. Simple lang, the rule of law.
It's a very simple election automation project analysis. Pagka gagawa ka ng sistema, kahit manual, meron kang gagawing analysis, no? Makikita ninyo dito, pagka pure manual, nung araw, inaabot yung voting at saka precinct counting ng 24 hours, yung first line. Tapos yung physical transport ng mga ballot boxes at saka canvassing, inaabot yan ng 25 to 41 days. Yun yung manual election. Nung gumamit tayo ng PICOS, yung voting at saka precinct counting, 12 hours lamang. Mabilis ang wala ng counting halos eh. So, ang time savings, 12 hours. Ang cost ng savings na 12 hours ay 16 billion. Savings ng 12 hours cost taxpayer 16 billion. Yun yung hinihingi na ng pera eh, 16 billion. Yung transport, yung electronic transmission at saka canvassing, can take 5 days, di ba? Parang mga 5 araw yata inabot yung canvassing eh, nung gumamit tayo ng PICOS. So, ang savings, 20 to 36 days. Ang canvassing at saka electronic transmission, mga 1.2 billion lang. Dahil yung transmission, yung cost ng communications, mga 800 million, tapos yung canvassing equipment, na mga pieces lang, mga laptops lang, mga 300 to 400 million lamang. So, ang total cost ng canvassing at saka transmission, 1.2 billion. Yung sinasabi namin na transparent and credible election system, 24 hours din ang voting at saka precinct counting dahil sa manual ang sinasabi namin pagbibilang. Dahil oras na in-automate natin, ang pagbibilang nawawala ang transparency. At sa buong mundo ngayon, yan ang isinisigaw. Elections should be transparent. Yung last week, nagkaroon ng 1 linggo na conference sa Dusit Hotel. Nandito, almost 30 na election observers, international election observers.
Election monitoring.
Ayun, election monitoring organizations, EMOs, yeah. At yun ang pinag-uusapan ng lahat, transparency in elections. No? So, pagka secrets ang ginamit natin, yung manual, ang voting at precinct counting, ang cost will be 4 billion. And I will explain why 4 billion. Ang electronic transmission at saka canvassing, parehong-pareho lang doon sa PICOS. 1.2 billion at saka 5 days din lang. Ang savings din ay 20 to 36 days. Ngayon, yung 16 billion na binanggit ko, yun ang hinihinging budget ng COMELEC. Sa TICRES, kaya 4 billion para makabili ng tablets, yung parang mga iPad, yung mga iPad clones, no? Printers, at saka projector. Kasi ang iniisip namin, habang nagtataras manually, nagtataras din sa iPad. Yung iPad ngayon, nakakabit sa projector. So nakikita ng mas maraming tao yung pagbibilang. Ang point namin, magagamit ang automation to make elections more transparent, not less transparent. Yung PICOS, ginawang less transparent ang ating eleksyon. Ginamit yung automation ng PICOS to make our elections less transparent. Sayang naman, magagamit ang automation to make it more transparent. At yun ang aming gusto gawin. Naka-project para mas nakikita ng mas maraming tao. So, doon gagamitin yung 4 billion na sinasabi natin. Para makabili ng tablets, ng projector, at saka printers. No? Yun nga yung transmission, pareho lang ang PICOS at saka itong TICRES ang sinasabi namin. Kaya ang savings lang sa paggamit ng PICOS ay 12 hours. Ang hinihingi nila, 16 billion. Noong 2010, gumastos tayo ng 11.3 billion dahil sa cost. Noong 2013, gumastos tayo ng almost 9 billion. Ang savings lang na naitulong ng PICOS ay 12 hours. Is it worth it? Di ba napakalaking kalokohan? Di ba? Ngayon, ito sa sinasabi namin, yung mga equipment na gagamitin, yung tablet, yung parang iPad, yung projector, pwedeng iwan, una-una pwedeng bilhin sa kahit sinong shop. Hindi kami vendor eh. Sabihin naman ito, hindi mo kami vendor. Palagi nilang sinasabi, losing bidder kami. Paano kami magiging losing bidder? Hindi naman kami nagtitinda ng election system. Kaya, sinasabi pa rin this. Well, because he lost the bid. Hindi, paano ka naman natin? Hindi naman kami nagtipid. So, they can buy it from any shop. Ang ito pa isang maganda. Yung mga dadalhin sa North, bilhin na lang sa Baguio, sa Balitaan. Di ba? So, nabawasan pa ang logistics. Yung mga dadalhin sa South, bilhin na lang sa Cebu, sa Davao, sa Cagayan de Oro, sa Buanga, sa Bacolod. Nabawasan ang logistics expense ng COMELEC. Ngayon, pagka nabili na yun at natapos ng eleksyon, yung mga iPads, mga projector, i-donate ko sa eskwelahan kung saan ginawa yung eleksyon. No? I-donate na lang doon. Wala tayong warehousing cost. Wala tayong maintenance cost. Ngayon, magkano yung hinihingan nila sa maintenance?
I think for refurbishing it's about 2 billion.
2 billion. Gagastos para i-refurbish yung mga PICOS machines. Ito yung sinasabi namin, i-donate na lang sa mga eskwelahan. Di wala lang tayong warehousing. Ang hinihingi nila sa warehousing nun, 400 million.
A year.
Eh ito, maintenance, refurbishing, 2 billion. Eh di 2.4 billion para lang doon.
Yung 400 is a year.
A year pa pala ito. Eh 3 taon yan, hindi 1.2 billion. Di ba? Okay. Yung open source and software na sinasabi namin. At bigyan ng lahat ng kopya. Sabihin ninyo kung anong makita ninyo, sabihin niyo sa COMELEC, at iko-correct ng COMELEC. No? Ang dagdag bawas sa canvassing nangyayari, hindi sa precinct counting. Eh dahil sinasabi namin, automated naman ang canvassing, tanggal din ang dagdag bawas. Sinasabi nila, pag ginawang manual na naman ang precinct counting, ayan na naman ang dagdag bawas. Hindi nila naiintindihan ang sinasabi nila. Ang dagdag bawas, nangyayari sa canvassing, hindi sa precinct counting. Pag dadagdag bawas kang intentionally sa presinto, eh ilang daan na mga ang boto na dadayain mo. Samantala sa canvassing, 10,000, 50,000, doon nangyayari ang dagdag bawas dahil malalaki ang figures. So, ito ang tanong ko sa COMELEC at saka sa COMELEC Advisory Council. Did the COMELEC and or the COMELEC Advisory Council even bother to do this very simple project analysis? Napakasimple nito. It's not, they have no business asking for billions of taxpayer money. Napakasimpleng analysis. Kung systems man kayo, ganyan ang ginagawa ninyo, basta pero ipa-automate sa inyo. These are the things that you do. Cost-benefit analysis. Exactly. Gumawa ba sila nito? Kung gumawa sila, gusto, humihingi ako ng working papers nila. Sumulat kami sa Joint Congressional Oversight Committee. Pwede bang kung gumawa sila ng analysis, bigyan naman kami ng kopya ng working papers? Wala pa sagot hanggang ngayon.
Are you the same person as Miss Maria Corazon M.I.S.M.O,
Yes.
Presidente po ng Philippines?
Yes.
Kasi expert po kayo sa IT, right?
Mahirap sabihin ng expert. You know,
Opo.
IT
Pero
is
yun po yun.
ever-evolving industry. Okay, yeah. I know.
Private company or affiliated to the government?
No. It's a the Philippine National IT Standards Foundation is a non-stock, non-profit, non-government organization.
Not in any way, in short, not in any way connected with any agencies of the government whatsoever.
DTI, because I'm implementing a standard that was donated by the Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry of Japan. And DTI gave me my office for the past 10 years, but now no more.
Bakit ho pinopromote po ninyo yung manual voting? Parang hindi ko lang humakuha po kasi yung
yung logic nung sinasabi po niyo. Nasa PhilMITS po kayo, and yet, pinopromote po ninyo yung manual voting. And my second question, kung meron mo bang pananagutan ang isang ahensya ng gobyerno na gagamit ng isang corporation, kumpanya like Smartmatic na hindi ISO certified?
Ang sinasabi ko, bakit nila kinuha yung ISO certification ng kumpanya, hindi kami ang humingi nun. COMELEC mismo ang naglagay nun sa kanilang bid requirements, sa kanilang terms of reference. So, pati yung digital signature, yun ay nasa batas. Pero nakaspecify din yun sa terms of reference nila. So, yung sa tanong ninyo kung bakit ISO certified, ang sinasabi ko lang is, that was one of the conditions for a company to be accredited as a supplier. Pag nag-bid ka, tinitingnan mo na nila yung mga requirements kung nagko-comply ka. Okay? So, there were, I think, 8 bidders para dun sa automated election system. And hindi PICOS, ang mga iba nagbigay ng ibang solusyon. Okay? Like, Avanti gave a solution on the CCOS, meaning to say the municipal count is centralized canvassing. Ang Smartmatic nagbigay ng PICOS. Okay? Pero yung accreditation is done by COMELEC. Kung bakit sila in-accredit yun, samantalang yung kanilang they were not complying with their own terms of reference is questionable. And that is part of the questions that we were saying to, I think, to the Ombudsman. Even their violation of the procurement law. Kasi yung kumpanya or yung supplier must own the technology. You can outsource only a certain percentage. I think 10 to 15%. Eh kaso, yung ginamit ng Smartmatic is not their technology. They outsource this to Dominion. Labag na yun sa terms of reference ng procurement law. Okay, so may mga paglalabag ng batas ang ginawa ng Smartmatic, hindi lang sa Automation Law of 9369, but also to the procurement law na limit the supplier to be not, hindi ka ahente, hindi ka middleman. Kailangan ikaw ang may-ari ng technology. And because hindi sila may-ari, hindi nila kaya ipa-review ang source code kasi they are governed by their agreement with their supplier. And the supplier, for intellectual property rights, hindi binigay sa kanila ang source code. So ano yung binigay nila noong 2009 na naka-store sa Central Bank? Yun ay nakuha nilang kopya sa SLI, yung Systems Lab, because Systems Lab had to certify the source code. Okay, yun ang nakuha nilang kopya. Pero sila mismo, hindi sila binigyan ng Dominion. Sino gumagawa ng programs? Dominion, hindi Smartmatic. Because even if you get the software from Dominion, you still have to tailor fit that to the requirements of our election.
May clear violation po sila sa procurement law. Then
Yes.
why don't you yourself file a case?
We did. I swatched it. Not the person, but I swatched.
Tapos maghihintay na matagal na.
Sorry kami doon sa petition. Kasama doon sa petition. Sa Ombudsman for the violation of the procurement law.
Grupo na yan, nag-fight.
You know, we filed several cases, even in the, in the Supreme Court. At tama si Chairman Brillantes na nanalo sila sa kaso, okay? Hindi pinansin, sapagkat kung nakaupo kayo if you witness a Supreme Court hearing, walang oath taking na you will tell the truth and nothing but the truth. Okay? So, ang sinasabi ko, nung tinanong sa kanya yung violation on the digital signature, at muntik na ako talagang pumutok ang musiko doon. Alam mo bakit? Kasi sabi, yes, we complied. Samantalang may COMELEC directive sa lahat ng teachers when it says, will you, complete the digital signature, say no. Meaning to say, talagang walang provision ng digital signature. Ang sinasabi nila, machine digital signature, which is not what is in the spirit of the law. Ang sinasabi lang yun sa batas, yung tao mismo. Ngayon, ang sinasabi nila, kasi pag ginawa yon, may mga absent na teachers kasi hindi naman lahat so maaberya yung pag-counting. me, why do you comply with the limitation or the, what do you call this, exceptions to the rule and not the whole? Because most of the teachers will go because malaki naman ang kanilang honorarium for watching election, right? Yung mga iba lang na medyo siguro magkasakit o medyo magano, pero ang talagang totoo doon is mas mahirap magmanipula ng data kung yon ay in-implement. Pero nakalagay sa batas yun. Okay? So when we were talking about violations to the law, we filed a case with the Supreme Court kasi ayaw namin yung option to purchase. Okay? Kasi di ba nag-lease sila ng equipment for 2010 election. Now, for the 2013 elections, kailangan there is an option to purchase the machine. Ang sabi nila, they will exercise the option. Ang sabi namin, huwag na. Tama na yung paggagamit sa 2010. Iba na ang para sa 2013. Okay? Pero natalo kami doon kasi na-rule ng Supreme Court, yes, they can have the option to purchase. Hindi ni-take into account kasi yun ang sinasabi ko walang oath-taking ng to tell the truth and nothing but the truth. Doon sabi ni Chairman, lahat yan yung mga bugs na aayusin namin. Promises. Kaya po sinasabi, bakit na naman ngayon hindi gagamit sa 2016? Sasabihin nila, yes, they will do that, pero hindi naman nila ginagawa
Sinabi namin sa Supreme Court na hindi dapat bilhin noong 2012 yung mga makina sa Smartmatic dahilan sinabi na nga ng Government Procurement Policy Board, hindi pwede, you cannot exercise an option that has lapsed. Ang basa namin sa mga justices, yun ang basa namin, no? Iniisip nila, wala na tayong choice.
Ay ho ba meron din programa kung paano naman kumbinsihin na tumanggap ng pagkatalo at na tumanggap ng pagkapanalo ang kandidato at political party. Mamaya na tayo, magmasin tayo. Pero yung mga politiko ayaw na magsalita. Awal pa rin tayo.
manual, meron silang basis for their protest. Kasi nakikita lang yung bilang. Dito wala, at napakamahal. Kaya hindi na lang sila nagpo-protesta. And then, kailan inaakit na ng protest? After 1 year, sabi natin itong ex-commissioner, ha? Alam mo, ang daling December, IT yan madaling mag-modify, madaling mag-manipulate ng data para matugma doon sa kanilang process. Okay? Kaya, sa mga hindi na nanalo, pumuputok na lang ang buti nila pero hindi sila makaprotest kasi ang mahal-mahal mag-protest. At alam naman nila, hindi rin naman na-doktor na.
So, tulad ng sinasabi nga nila, para less ang manipulation, not only by the COMELEC, but down to the precinct level. In the past naman, the manual counting work. Tsaka, mayroong papeles na, in other words, kung sa bangko ba yan, may paper trail. Mayroong paper trail. Itong sa PICOS, biktima rin kami yan. Wala kang makikita ang pagbabasihan mo. Tapos sasabihin ng COMELEC, i-examine natin na meron silang i-decrypt natin. Pero, hindi ka naman nakakaintindi. Whereas in manual count, everybody understands. Kasi may taras na gano'n Tapos, in the past also, ang dayaan naman, doon sa election return, binabago yung resulta. Pero doon sa counting, nandiyan yung watcher mo, bilang talaga yung boto. Unless dinala nila yung return sa ilalim ng mango tree at doon binabago yun ang very rampant nung panahon na yun. So, I agree with that. I've been elected several times as mayor, as congressman. Talaga para sa akin, I was able to compare na between the PICOS machine and election and the manual. Talagang wholesale Pwede mong preparado na yung In fact, in 2010 election, I ran for Congress against a candidate whom I suspect was able to had a dealings with Smartmatic. Nakikita ko doon na yung kanyang boto, parang na-manipulate for every one vote, may additional na 300 votes na resulta. Kasi lumagpas sa sa voting, normally kasi, ang bumuboto 65% lang eh. Ito, almost 100% ang resulta. Ha? So, you know, that, I can attest personally what they're saying. Sila, former Commissioner Lagman, and so, siguro, doon sa sagot, maganda talaga, ibabalik natin sa manual kaysa Pecos machine, hindi natin alam. Tapos mayroon pang article dito, mayroon pa side packet yung Pecos machine na pwede mong galawin eh, ha? Ngayon ko lang nalaman na mayroon palang galawin. Maybe we can ask them to confirm that if that is true indeed, sir.
At least noong 2010, meron talagang open port. Which means na pwede kang pumunta sa Pecos, pero madalas laptop, boom, ikabit mo, you can manipulate the content.
Refresher lang ako, yung sa controversy ng Dominion at saka Smartmatic in the US, going towards the 2013 election, nag-intervene ba yung COMELEC natin? Kung nag-intervene tayo ba ang nagbayad ng obligation ng Smartmatic to Dominion at saka paano na-resolve yung controversy na yun?
I think the case is still ongoing between Dominion and Smartmatic. But nalaman lang natin na yung aming pinagsasabi noong 2009 ay tama, na hindi nila mabigay ang source code because they don't own the source code. Alam mo, I think the problem started with bumili ang COMELEC ng yung machines to handle the protest cases. As a licensing agreement, there is a certain amount for leasing the software, and there's a certain amount if the Pecos machine is bought or sold. So, meron silang dapat babayarin na sa Dominion. And I think that nalaman nila na may binili ang COMELEC na makina, hindi nila binayaran. Okay? Kaya nag-umpisa yun. Pero yung case ng Dominion versus Smartmatic, it's not only because of the violations of Smartmatic in the Philippines, but also in South America, in Puerto Rico, and in Mongolia. Okay? So, yung kanilang kaso, pero hindi natin alam yun. And that should have been, kung sa procurement law na sabi natin violation, that should have been disclosed. Yung outsourcing nila to Dominion, that should have been disclosed. Pero, hindi na disclosed. Now, you're asking, did COMELEC, Dominion, when they came over, they hired another company, okay, a law firm, to handle that. And ako nakipag-meeting kay Chairman Brillante. And sabi niya, for the Senate hearing, kung pwede ba, pakiusap, huwag mo muna ilagay yun, kasi nag-negotiate kami, huwag mo muna i-bring up yung kaso ng Dominion versus Smartmatic, kasi we're still making arrangements that, kasi we were saying, transparentelections.org was saying that it is illegal for COMELEC to use the Smartmatic system because the license of the software has expired. Expired na eh, because Dominion cut the license from, dapat hanggang 2014, ginawa na nila hanggang 2012. Okay, yung use na. So, if we're going to use it, then we are parang using a pirated software. Di ba? So, we were saying that, sabi niya, hindi, kumukuha sila ng abogado and we're dealing with them. I don't know kung sino, I'm sure Dominion paid the lawyers, hindi COMELEC. But COMELEC did not take that into consideration in their option to purchase. They still went ahead with the option to purchase. Maybe they knew about the case, but it was not brought up. It was only brought up after they were allowed to purchase the machine, okay, by the Supreme Court. So, if you're asking us why we did not bring it up, we did. We told you that use of the Smartmatic system is tantamount to the Philippines using a pirated software. But, nagkaayusan siguro, Smartmatic paid yung balance nila sa Dominion. Dominion came and gave the license to use for the 2013 elections. But if you ask us, then they challenge now the IT experts to review the source code. But like that was only what, 2 or 3 weeks before? It takes time to to review the source code. So we didn't accept the challenge to review. And we don't know if indeed what was given to the central bank or code or that was only photo op. Hindi namin alam.
Tama yan.
Kaya yun ang problema. It's a black box with a which is operated by a body that is not open to sharing with us information.